What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you a very unique method to do affiliate marketing with ClickBank. And this is going to be a very interesting niche. But the most interesting part is the people that we're going to be targeting. We're going to be targeting a brand new audience that you're not going to believe that you haven't thought about before, okay? Because this is going to be an awesome audience. And a great niche along with a great method equals affiliate commissions. All right, so let's get started. So here we are on ClickBank and we're trying to figure out what do we want to promote. Okay, so you have the general niches, right? We have business investings, we have e-business e-marketing, we have also health and fitness, and then we have self-help. Okay, these are the three big niches. Okay, you will always make money with these niches regardless of what you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter if economy is falling apart, you know, there are wars, etc., etc. Well, maybe not that drastic, but you guys understand what I'm talking about, right? These niches, they're always going to be in demand. So that is very important thing to understand. But we're going to be doing something a little bit different today, okay? We're going to be doing one of my favorite niches, okay? And this is a niche that I love. And maybe you also love this niche as well. And the reason it's a niche is because it's not going to be applicable to everybody. It's going to be applicable to a very narrow audience that I'm going to show you how to market to and how to make money with. So if you head over to languages, you're going to go in here and you want to sort it by gravity, high to low. We only want to see the winners, right? This is a very special niche. And before you say, hey, James, I already know where you're doing, I already know where you're going with this, you do not. So make sure you watch until the end. Make sure you do not skip over any parts of this video so that you understand exactly what I'm talking about. And so we have a lot of really good offers. And what we're looking for are offers that are targeted to language learning, okay? And so, for instance, we have Rocket Languages. This has a gravity of 18. Not a very high gravity, but also not zero. So, you know, a gravity that we can work with. And then you have a lot of these other offers, you know, gravity too. So you want to kind of ignore these other offers unless you know exactly what you're doing. I'm just going to pick Rocket Languages because this is a product I've seen before. This is a product I'm kind of familiar with. I've seen it being advertised, right? So people are making money with this product. And gravity is, you know, around 20, which is not zero, but not super high. So if you open this up right here, we open these pages, you're going to see this is the affiliate area. And you can register and you can be let into the affiliate area. And you can take a look at their landing page and all of that. And so now that we kind of check, we see that there are people selling, people are making money. Okay, the next thing you guys want to do is if you go to Google Trends and you type digital nomad, as you can see, there's kind of this uptick, right? There's been a little bit of a downtick, and that's only because of the thing with the, the pandemic going on around the world. But that is temporary, right? It's not going to stop it, right? This is a brand new thing, you know, working from home. People are traveling. People are not fixed to their location. A lot of people, maybe they want to go to Mexico, or they want to move to Colombia, or they want to move to, you know, Spain, right? They need to learn the language. Very important. They need to know the language, right? And so these are going to be the people we're going to be targeting to. We're not going to be targeting casual travelers, casual, you know, tourists, people that, you know, these weekend warriors, you know, people that, you know, live in like Florida, Miami, and they want to go to Mexico for like a weekend. We're going to be targeting people who actually go and live in these countries for an extended amount of time, right? Because if you go in here and let's say you go into Google and you type digital nomad here, you're going to see, you know, 5 important tips. And if I type something like digital challenges, right? Challenges. The most important thing is always going to be the language. Very important, right? 3 challenges we faced abroad. And you can kind of watch these videos, but I already know what the challenges are going to be. Okay, the challenges are going to be the language, right? So, for instance, here's the truth about life as a digital nomad. It says the search for constant, stable internet connectivity. Okay, that's definitely up there. But the other big challenge is going to be the language. So if you're speaking English, let's say you're from the United States and you go to an English speaking country, obviously it's not going to be a challenge. But let's say you want to go to Latin America, you want to go to Central America, you want to go to Spain, you want to go to countries that they have, maybe they speak Portuguese or a language similar to Spanish, maybe another Latin language. It helps a lot knowing this language, right? So I never talked about this before. This is a really, really underground niche. And it's really easy to target them, right? Super, super easy to target them, all right? And the other thing you can do is you can type 5 most important languages and you will see Spanish is number 1, right? Here's the list. You see Spanish is number 1. This obviously depends on where you're going, right? You know, some people say like Chinese is number 1, right? I think Spanish is like just behind Chinese, right? So what are the top 5 languages? So it says Mandarin, Chinese, Spanish, German, French, Arabic, Russian, Portuguese, Japanese. So Spanish is either going to be number 2 or number 1, depending on what you're doing, right? If you're just talking about population, obviously Mandarin Chinese is going to be number 1. But if you're talking about, living in Latin America, obviously that's going to be a big. And so now that we decided what kind of offer we want to promote, the next thing you guys want to do is you want to go to Google or Bing, whatever you prefer, whatever is your cup of tea, and you want to type something like top 20 tips for learning Spanish. Okay, so I'm going to type it with you. We're going to do this together. And what I'm looking for a list. I'm not looking for a guide, a tutorial. I'm looking for a simple list. That's all I'm looking. I just want a list. Okay, very, very important. So for instance, let's open this up and we have here a list. 25 winning tips for learning Spanish without spending a dime. Okay, so here you have a list. Now, the next thing you guys want to do is you want to download this plugin called Scrape Similar. Okay, just Google. It's 2 words, Scrape Similar. And you want to type Chrome plugin. Typically, that's how it's going to be. Let me show you, okay? I know people are going to be asking, James, how do I do this? So I open it up and I say Scrape Similar, and I can also do Chrome or by itself, doesn't matter. And right away, I have the first result. Here's the rating. It's used by a lot of people. You open this page up and you download this plugin. You install it in your Chrome browser, okay? Very, very important, all right? So now that you've done that, okay, the next thing you guys want to do is you want to go back to the list that you picked. So I have this list here. This is from a site called fluentu.com. And so if I right click on any of the list items here like this, and I go and I click on Scrape Similar, it's going to show me the list, because the whole purpose of this plugin is to scrape similar items as to the one that you pick. Okay, so this is what I get as a result. I have 25 items, and these are all items that I have that are from this list here. Okay, I'm going to copy to clipboard. And the next thing I want to do is I want to go to Google Sheets, right? I'm going to go sheets.google.com. And what I want to do is I want to create a brand new sheet. Okay, so I'm going to go in here. I'm going to do blank, and we're going to do this together. I'm just going to say whatever, Spanish language tips. Doesn't really matter what I do. Sheet 1, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so I'm just going to delete the first row here. I'm going to delete this, and I'm just going to say name. Okay, that's it. That's the name of the tip. That's it. That's as simple as that. Now, you can have 2 columns here. You can have name, and then you can have a description. And if you want to do that, you can just right-click here, Scrape Similar, and now you have like a lot of stuff here, right? You can kind of, format it. You can get it working. You can kind of fix it up. And then once you do that, you can copy to clipboard and you can paste it in this column. Okay, that's a little bit of an advanced topic. If that's what you want to do, it's not required. You can just have this list here. Okay, now once you have this sheet set up, the next thing you want to do is you want to Google for something called Glide Apps. Here I am Googling for, actually I'm using Microsoft Bing. I'm binging for it, if that's even a verb. And what I want to do is I want to click the first result. Once I do that, I can create powerful apps and websites without code. Okay, this is exactly what we want. And you can just sign up for a free account. I have a free plan. I'm not paying a cent for this product. You can just sign up. So I'm going to log in into my existing account. Once I do that, this is kind of what I see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click new project. I'm just going to say James Pro. I'm going to say Spanish tips. Okay, we're going to do a Glide app. Okay, we're going to hit continue. We're going to say Google Sheets. We're going to hit continue. Okay, and right away it opens my Google Sheets. That has to do with the account that I'm using, with the Google account that I'm signed into Glide Apps. And I have my whole sheets. I'm going to open this one right here. I'm going to hit select. And it's automatically going to process the data in there. Okay, it's going to automatically process data. And guess what you see? Right away, you have an app that shows you the tips that it pulled from the data. Now let me talk a little bit about what's happening here, because this is a very, very powerful way of doing it. It's an extremely powerful method. What you're seeing is a view, a screen, okay? Now, if you click on this, you have these tabs here. This is your data tab. Now, if you click on this tab right here, this data tab, you are seeing essentially the data that I have, right? This is kind of showing it. This is, if I click on this, it's going to open my Google Sheet. So this is kind of a little browsing thing. If I make changes inside this Google Sheet here, and let's say I make a change and I call this A instead of 1, I say A. I need to go back here and I need to hit this button. I need to refresh. It's going to pull the data back. And now, as you can see, it says A there. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to go change it back. Just so that you guys understand, I'm going to put 1 here. And now it's all, 1 through 25. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to hit refresh again. Once I do that, this is going to get refreshed and this is going to be 1 again. So now that you understand how this works, I have one sheet. I can create multiple sheets if I want. Later on, I can put more data, etc., etc. I can create more columns. If I hit on the second tab, this is our app tab, right? So I can hit this. I can view it in this, in kind of the tablet form. Right now I'm using iOS. I can go to Android and preview it as kind of an Android device, right? As you can see, it kind of looks like an Android device. I can hit back. I can go back to iOS. Now it looks like an iPhone. And I can hit that and I can do this. And now it looks like a tablet, so an iPad essentially. Okay, so I'm going to go back to a phone. You can hit this third one. This is your customization. All these settings, appearance. So let's change the appearance. I can make it kind of this orange color, reddish. This is your theme. I'm using this theme. I can change various themes. I can create my own theme, typography, fonts. How about this font? Or maybe this is a cool font. This is a cool little font. I like this actually. I can go in here. Yeah, this one looks cool. Modern. Let's do modern, right? I can do something like this. That looks kind of cool. Okay, app info. Spanish tips. Author is my name. It's going to be your name. You can change icon. You can modify, privacy, sharing, sign in, data template. I don't want to go through all of this because it's going to take a lot of time and it's not that important. What's really important is appearance, app info, and that's it. So just the first two, right? You can change the color schemes and change the name of the app. That's it. Okay, so now I'm going to go back here. Now, what I'm looking at here is I'm looking at a certain view. And the style is you can have a style. So this is a list style. I can change it to tiles. I can do calendars. Well, it doesn't make sense with calendars. I can do a checklist. So now this becomes a checklist. I can do cards. Okay, this could be an image. I can do swipe. And I can have a detail. So right now, list is the best. Except in this case, we have this icon here, okay? And you can remove it, right? You can click on this, you can edit list, and you can modify what it looks like. So right away, if you go back to sheet 1, you're kind of seeing the default styles. But let's say I want to remove this thing here. So all I need to do is click on edit list, and I can just uncheck this. And now it says show title when image is not available. So right now, this is not checked. It's not going to show title, okay? And you can create various actions, okay? So meaning like if I click on it, it's going to be an action. So it says show detail screen for this item. What we can do is we don't have a detail screen, okay? We just have a list screen. We have a search area here. This is kind of the placeholder. We have a list. I can hit plus and I can add a detail screen, okay? And so what I want to do is I want to go back to my list and I want to redirect them. So instead of doing this, I can do add row, compose email, compose SMS. I can do all kinds of actions whenever this is clicked, right? So it says an action, right? An action is like anytime this is clicked, that is an action. So what do we want to do here? Well, it depends, right? It depends. In this case, the simplest solution to this is to open link. Okay, so this automatically becomes a link. Okay, now you can have a detail page, and at the detail page, you can tell them more about these tips, and then you can say, well, you guys want to learn more about it. You can click on it, and you can do it from the detail page. I'm just gonna keep it simple, and so I'm just gonna say the URL is gonna be a custom URL, and I'm gonna enter my URL. And in this case, and what you want to do is you want to hit promote, and you're gonna get your link, and that way you can go back and you can have your affiliate link. So I'm gonna go back and just type google.com. Target browser, that's fine. And now, whenever you click on anything here, right? Whenever we click on anything here, let's say I hit publish. So I'm going to do publish here. It publishes the app. And when we run the app, right? So now I have it here. So what I want to do is I want to load this app. It's essentially a web page. This is my app. It's loading it. It's getting the data from my own Google Sheet. And if I click on it, it redirects to Google. Now, this obviously could be anything. It does not need to be Google. It could be a special URL. So for instance, if I go in here, I can do something like this, URL. And I can have different URLs, right? So I can do something like this. Let's say google.com. Here, I'm just going to show you what's possible, right? I'm going to double click. And now we have Google. Actually, let's do another URL. Let's do news.com. And now I have news.com. So I'm going to go back to this app. It says new columns are found. Do you want to automatically add new components? I'm going to say yes. It's going to get the data, right? Now it knows that there's more stuff there, right? So now this open link, we don't want just the URL, right? What we want is the URL. We don't want, whatever we type in here. Now we have a field called URL. And so now this is what it's seeing. It's seeing news.com. We're going to go back here and we're going to go in here. We're going to go to our list. We're going to say edit list. And now it says open link. We click on this, is the URL. This is the field. We have two fields there. We have URL, right? This is kind of what's chosen right now. And now if you share this app, right, you open it up, you preview this app or you want to share it. If you hit any of this, it's going to go to news.com. This is news.com essentially, right? Any of these is going to be news.com. And that is as simple as it works. Now, you can make it as complicated as you want. You can make it a full-featured app. You can add tabs. You can add multiple tabs. So I can have a tab. Now I have two tabs, right? So I have a sheet one and I have new tab. I can, disable it. I can enable it. I can enable these tabs. I'm going to disable them. I have my new tab. I'm going to disable it here. And I can add multiple screens, right? I can do detail screen. I can do, I can do list screen. Anything is possible. And I can structure it the way I want. So I can essentially show people various tips, right? So it says new tab. We're going to say Spanish tips. We're going to do that. Now it says Spanish tips. And then once I click on share, this is what you tell to people, right? So I can give them this URL or I can just click this link here. It's going to open a full-featured page, kind of a landing page for my app. And I can share this app with anybody that might be interested in it. And now how do you promote it? Well, it's very, very simple. All you need to do is just Google for digital nomad forums. That's it. And you can come in here and you can kind of talk a little bit about, try to understand if they're talking about language learning, if they're doing that kind of thing. And you can say, hey guys, I have a cool app. It's about learning Spanish. Here are the tips. And then if they click on a link, it's going to redirect them to the ClickBank offer that we picked in order to make money, in order to monetize it. And like I said, you can do a lot of things here, right? You can, you can create more tips, you can create multiple languages, you can promote different forms, because that ClickBank offer, it's not just Spanish. It's earn 70% are Spanish, French, Italian, etc., etc. It does not need to be just Spanish. It could be just about anything. So you have a lot of opportunities to do it. And you can come in here and you can create multiple tabs. You can do very, very interesting things. So it's really up to you how far you want to take it. All right, guys. So really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you real soon.